everyone. I'm Sonja Crystal Williams, your host of the 10-Minute Marketing Podcast. So welcome. We are in our third season. Happy to be here. And we are kicking off into a new year. And I don't know about you, but this year is flying by already. Not going slow, lots going on, lots to do. And I have personally launched into this year, I would say, in a bit of a physical and mental decluttering, right? Like I had a lot going on in 2023 and it was a great year. It was a great year. And I capped the year attending a weekly, well, actually bi-weekly. It was a bi-weekly meeting twice a week, a coaching series led by a friend of mine that I was invited to attend. And that really got me thinking a lot about habits and behaviors and things like that, areas that we all tend to and want to focus on. And I spent a lot of time reflecting toward the end of the year and all the way into silence and rest at the start of 2024. The result of that has been a physical purge. I've been getting rid of stuff in my house, clearing drawers, clearing cabinets, going through clothes, completely getting rid of clothes that I don't wear that have been in my closet and letting go of the idea that, oh, but I might put it back on. I probably won't. So I'm letting it go. And that's what the start of 2024 has looked like for me. Now, why is that important? Because for me as a business owner, that physical, the removal of some of those physical items is representation of the creation of space. And coming into the year with the idea or the thought process that there needs to be space available for me to grow and manifest the things that I want to manifest in my business. So today's episode, I want to walk through a couple of things. One, just general stuff we think about as a business owner, and then what that looks like when we stream that into how we need to approach things in terms of our online presence. Each year for myself, I try to come up with a word that represents what that year is going to be about for me. And I think I've come into this year with the word space. Last year, my word was listen, and I can't remember what it was the year before that. Okay. But I want to challenge you to ask yourself that same question. What is your word? Maybe it's a phrase for you, but I try to do it as a word. What is your word or your phrase for 2024? What is that thing for you? And I want you to think about that like really well. I'm glancing at my notes here because I took some good notes just on things and thoughts. And that, whatever that word is, sets the tone for where you might be going throughout the entire year. Because if you set that word and you take it in subconsciously, consciously, you feel it, you breathe it, you become it, right? Then you are going to have the most phenomenal year if that is what you are hoping for. So I am wishing that upon you and hoping that you have a good word to describe and manifest exactly what you want for yourself. Now, let's get down to our businesses, okay? Because we have to be in the right mind state to manifest things in our business. And then we have to physically do the work as well to put ourselves in a position to take advantage of those things as they come to us, right? What's that saying, that there's preparation, there's no such thing as luck, right? There's just preparation and opportunity at an intersection together, right? Something like that. That's how the saying goes. So now you need to prepare yourself for the opportunities that lie ahead the rest of this year. When we think about our businesses, at the end of last year, that ideally is the best time to be planning and thinking ahead about what you want your 2024 to look like. Whether that's in your career, if you're a working professional, whether that's in your business, if you're a business owner, right? You need to be thinking about those things. And if you're even in your career, if you're a working professional, planning ahead for, whatever is going to be happening within your department, even for the work that you do. But reality is that doesn't always happen, right? Or we plan to a degree, and then we get into 2024 and we still need to think about what we're going to do. Okay. As it relates to your online presence, I want to encourage you to start your year with an audit. Okay. Do an audit. And here's a little catch. Okay. Don't just do the audit by yourself. Recruit someone to help you that has an outside perspective, maybe even slightly opposite your own of your business. Now, to some degree, maybe you might want to have two people, in fact, someone who has a slightly different view or take, and then someone who may align with who your ideal audience is. And then yourself, okay? Because when you do this audit, the idea behind doing that audit is to look at what's going on in your business from a bird's eye view. And that bird's eye view should be looking at all of your major channels. Look at your Facebook account. Look at your Instagram account, your LinkedIn, your Pinterest, whatever social media channels you're on, that's a decent starting point. Your website really is the foundation. So that also might be your starting point. Okay. And do those channels align with each other? Might be one question that you need to ask. Do these channels align? And as you're looking at, do they align? Are they branded well? Does each channel represent my color scheme from a visual branding standpoint? Are we using the same group of fonts and colors and similar designs across these different channels? Ask yourself these questions, okay? And right now, when you're in the audit phase, this is nothing more than an evaluation. You're not attempting to solve the problem yet. You are just asking the questions that need to be asked to evaluate, okay? And those two people that might be helping you out, they should be able to look across all those channels, looking through maybe your past 15 or 20 posts on whatever social media channels seem to serve you the best. And does that align? Does it align with your offers? Does it align with your message and what you're trying to communicate with people? That's really important. So do that, okay? That's homework. Other part of your homework, as you continue to audit, so we said websites, we said social media channels. You also need to be auditing your email campaign. If you're running ads, audit your ads, right? Even at your website, audit your SEO. How do you rank in terms of keywords and things like that? Do people fill out forms to get in touch with you? Are they buying things on your website? These are things you need to be asking yourself, okay? And then even on your website and on your social media, we talked about the visual brand, right? But then there's the brand that's not so visual, which is, again, your tone, your voice, your message, how you communicate with people. Is it time to refresh these things? Do I need to hire a copywriter to revamp my message? Do people understand when they land on my website what I do? If they clicked on any one of my social media posts, do they have a feel for who I am and what I do? And when I say that, I, meaning an entity, your brand, your organization, okay? Or the one that you represent. So think about those things. And then after you do the audit, and here's what I encourage people to do. Do your audit on a spreadsheet. One column might be listing out all those things you find that maybe we could be doing this a little better. And there's always opportunity for improvement. So I promise you, even if you have the most amazing business, there's something you're going to find when you do that audit or when the other two do the audit on your behalf, okay? And then you might have another column, a step 2, where you do begin to problem solve. Okay, I just noticed that on my Instagram account, we're releasing images using 4 different fonts, and the red that we use in Instagram is not the red in our logo. So it's not cohesive from website to Instagram, and Instagram to LinkedIn, right? So how do you change that? And that might need to be in your solutions column. Now I'm going to stop there on just how you do the audit and leave you with, check out the link in this podcast, because I do have lots of articles as well as a guide to how you can audit. Okay. And then once you audit, you need to move into planning. Okay. And I also have a link I'll drop for a planner as well. And when you are planning, Okay, planning phase. You need to be walking through each network and really thinking about month by month, or maybe it's even week by week for you, just depends on your organization. But think about, if I were to look ahead throughout the whole year, what kind of promotions am I going to be running? And if it's not, promotions doesn't have to necessarily mean discount. Okay. So a lot of people think that, when we're talking about this from a business standpoint, we're just talking broadly about, you need to have an offer, and that offer could just be a free guide. Okay. It could be a discount. It could be a new group that you're launching, a new Facebook page, a new Facebook group, a private podcast. Think about, what are the things that are achievable for me and or my team to launch in 2024, and use that planner to map out what those offers are. And if you want to get real fancy, set some goals attached to those offers. I'm rolling out this new lead magnet, this new ebook. How many emails do I want to get if I'm using that to grow my email list? I'm launching a new audio summit. How many emails am I going to get from that summit? And try to think of a goal that's achievable for you. And then measure the success. Use that same planner just to kind of map the success, so that month by month you have a page turner, or it might be on your computer, a guide to really take you through what that success can look like for you. All right. So the guide that I'm going to drop a link, and the one that I'm going to drop is going to be a freebie, but it's only free to a limited number of people. And I'll still have it available after that, but it might not be free. All right. So make sure you check that out. All right. So you audit, and then you come up with whatever that plan is going to be. You end with having a plan in place where you, again, are tracking month over month. Am I successfully moving along with whatever the goal is? And hopefully, as you are moving along and as you are planning, it's in alignment with your word of the year. All right. All right. So that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for listening. Remember, do your assignment. I would love to hear from you. Drop me a DM. Let me know how it's going along. Are you doing an audit? What kind of things made you say, or I never thought about that before, when you really go through and take that bird's eye view of your business's online brand and presence and start thinking about that. And when you do look, and again, you start coming up with the solutions, don't think that you have to do it all alone. Find the right people and the right team to support you through the process so you can make it happen for yourself, and so that your business can continue to hopefully impact the lives of the people you serve. All right, I'm Sonja Crystal Williams. Thanks again for listening. Until next time.